Hello, here I have 4 dark chocolate chips. And now let's get into the video. Hello, I hope you all are doing well. This is going to be a relatively short video because I made another Serum bank for you guys. So if you don't know, a while ago I got into sound design and started making my own sounds in Serum, and I was like, hey, while I'm practicing this and learning about sound design, let me just make a free little sound bank for everybody. Because I remember when I first got Serum, there was quite a lack of Serum presets out there that were free and actually sounded good, and the free banks only had like 5 to 10 sounds in them, so I decided to make one that was like 32 presets and just give it away to you guys for free. And the other day, I was just like, hey, let me do that again. So I kind of just decided on a whim that I want to make another Serum bank. It's been actually a long time since I've even used Serum at all, let alone done any sound design. So I did in fact spend a week making a bunch more Serum presets. This bank has 30 presets in it. It's available right now for free on my website. You can go download it and link in the description below. But this time, for all you non-Serum people out there, what I actually did was I sampled all of the sounds from my first Serum bank and this Serum bank and turned them into WAV one-shots. That unfortunately is not free, but it is fortunately only $6.69. That'll also be linked in the description below. Alright, so I'm just going to show you guys some of my favorite sounds within the Serum bank and kind of maybe how I made some of them as well. But before I do that, I do want to announce that I am releasing an instrumental album that I'm very, very proud of. The album is called Dreamer. It comes out on March 14th. It has 8 instrumental tracks that are all kind of like indie rock, emotional type guitar vibe. It's also kind of a very sentimental album to me because all the songs contain little audio clips and recordings of like cool moments that I've captured. So yeah, I think it's really cool. I spent a lot of time on it and worked really hard on it. I will have kind of a documentary video coming out, which that'll be exciting. But if you'd like to pre-save the album, there is a link in the description below. That would really mean a lot to me. And I also did use a lot of the sounds from the Serum bank in that album, so that's pretty cool as well. Also, by the time you're seeing this, I should have new merch that's out, which is super awesome. I worked really hard on the designs as well. I think they turned out really good. There's a classic design, the Have You Seen This Man shirt, which is a shirt design that I had for my old merch, but I kind of revamped it and made it a lot cooler. So yeah, you can check that out if you'd like to as well. Link in the description below. It's a great way to support me, and it's pretty cool merch. Okay, without further ado, now let's get down to brass tacks. Let's get down to business here. So with this new Serum bank, once you grab it and put it into your Serum presets folder or whatever, it's going to be called feezo Serum bank 2. Very creative name, I know. And as you can see, it's got plenty of sounds up in here, lots of variety. This is a pretty nasty sounding bass that I made. This is a much cooler sounding bass that I made. I also made a couple sounds in here that are supposed to sound like old, crappy Casio keyboard sounds. When I was making this album, I was trying to find sounds like that, and I really couldn't find them anywhere. So I was like, hey, you know what? Let me just make my own. And I think it turned out pretty good. Like, this sounds like it would be out of one of those crappy little toy keyboards. Pretty cool. Here's the other one that kind of sounds like that. I like that one a lot, actually. Here's a weird little sound I made that kind of sounds a little bit like strings, but like not really. Some of these are kind of destroying my CPU because I'm also trying to screen record at the same time, so this one probably not going to sound good. It should work fine for you though. This is another really cool one. This is for sure one of my favorite sounds, and you will definitely be able to hear this at least on one song on the album. This little boop delay thing. The majority of times that I use this, I just use it for one note only. Kind of like that, but honestly it sounds good when you double up on notes too. That's just a lot of fun to mess around with, actually. The reason that I made this sound and started using this kind of sound in my music is because of my good friend Cyrusson. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, the first time that I saw him do this was in our collab video that we did together on like the online beatmaker program.
I'm about to make some sweet wub to a woman. Yes, sir.
Oh my god, bro. That was disgusting.
And in the beat that we made in that video, he added this little sine wave, like boop, boop sound.
Oh, that little thing that you added with the little just one note, that's super fire, actually.
And it was just the coolest thing ever to me, so I just started doing it after that. This is kind of like a little vocal Fairlight CMI type sound. Okay, now this one I think has to be my favorite. I'm pretty sure I use this on the album as well. I just love sounds that have a lot of texture and a lot of movement and a lot of just like randomization to them. This one is also just very kind of like creepy and dissonant sounding, so I think it's really cool. It's also a really simple sound. Kind of the heart and soul of it is the noise filter. It's kind of doing that thing. I basically just pitched down this analog SID drone sound, and then it just kind of creates this weird dissonance with the main triangle wave or whatever this is. So this one I originally intended to be kind of like a lead sound, which it sounds good up there too, but it actually sounds really good playing it lower. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but that is just such a cool sound. This one's kind of just like a classic lead sound. The pad sounds I'm not going to play for you because they're going to do this to my computer. And then my computer will explode and I won't be able to finish this video. So you can just download the pack for free and play around with the pads yourself. But I did use a lot of these on my album as well because they're very cool and textured and ambient and stuff. So I like them a lot. This one I can play for you though, I think. Just a cool little gated pad sound. I actually like that one a lot. This is just kind of a funny little sound. This preset is called Bois. So yeah, that is pretty much the extent of kind of my favorite sounds within the kit. I can show you guys how to just make a sound really easily. So if you just start off with like the initialized preset here, and then you just grab like a sine wave, for example. The envelope number 1 basically controls like the volume of the sound overall. The lowest point down here is no volume, and the highest point up here is like the max volume. So if you just think about it logically, this is the path that the volume is going to follow throughout the sound. So if this little chart thing looks like it's going to start from the bottom and then sweep up to the top, that's exactly what the sound's going to do. Same thing with the ending. If we want this to have like some release on it and maybe like no attack, it'll kind of fade out like that. And then honestly, pretty much every sound that I make has a low pass filter of some kind. I usually just put it up like this and then turn the drive up. Already right there is a sound that you can use. And then you can just get more and more complex with it by adding noise and adding other oscillators and stuff like that. And then this LFO is really the only other thing that I'll use. LFO stands for low frequency oscillator, and you can essentially just think of it as like a helping hand to like turn knobs for you. Basically the turning of the knob is going to follow the same pathway. This is like no knob turning. This is full knob turning. So if I want the level of this thing to just go back and forth and like kind of wiggle, you can take the LFO here, assign it to the level, and then now you got a little tremolo thing going on, which is cool. So yeah, sound design is really not the most complicated thing ever. A lot of people try to make it seem like it's super complicated, but once you really get down the basic concepts of like what the envelopes do, what the LFOs do and everything, it's really not super hard. If you want a full tutorial on how to make basically any sound that you want, you can check out this video. I did one a while back when I was kind of really getting into sound design. So yeah, honestly, that is pretty much going to do it for me in this video here today. Just wanted to announce the sound bank for you guys and just let you guys play around with it and make some cool music. If you happen to make any cool music with these sounds, feel free to send them my way because I'd love to hear what you make. Again, link is in the description below. You can go download it for free right now. Or if you don't have Serum, the one-shot pack is $6.69. Thank you guys for always supporting me and watching the videos and just sticking around on the channel, seeing what other new projects and stuff I'm working on and what I've got coming. So yeah, that's it. Love you guys. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.